Greetings and salutations, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful holiday, New Year's, and etc. I myself had a pretty good one. I've been meaning to do more updates to the channel, but they kept slipping away between other videos, between the What If Rexars, the race halls, etc., the Machinimas, lots of videos just got in the way. But I'm here to put a stop to that finally by giving you all many updates and answers going forward with this here channel of mine. It's a new year, and I figure why not start it with a rather small update video. Well, small in my retrospective. So to my current thoughts on World of Warcraft, what's going on with my Machinimas, and the content you'll be seeing on the channel going forward. Plus some other things I think that I should cover. So without further delay, let's get started. Current thoughts on World of Warcraft. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way first. Over the course of the last few years, we all went through quite a bit of stuff. It varies from person to person, whether of how bad it has been for you. But if you're a big fan of World of Warcraft or any other Blizzard game, it's been a very rough year, or years rather. Between the delays of our favorite games, the outright terrible and unforgivable treatment of the employees at Activision Blizzard King has been going on for several years now. I gave my own initial thoughts on that when the news first struck, and I was pretty heartbroken and upset by it. My feelings towards the company remain the same, really. I'm appalled, sad, and upset. It feels like nothing's really improved since then. Most of my positivity aimed at the game is at the community and the many developers who are still working there and still providing us with the games we all love. The employees at Blizzard, whatever have you, and there's certain ones that were bad, but for the most part, to my understanding, most of the good ones that are still working there are the good ones, the ones that are really pushing for change and really pushing for the good stuff in our game. Speaking of recently, the group of A Better ABK, or A Better Activision Blizzard King, or the ABK Workers Alliance, they have a lot of names. They have gone on a strike recently and have a strike fund, which you can donate to. I'll leave a link to that down below, so let's hope they succeed. Truly, like seriously, I hope they do good, I hope they win, but yeah. I think I should also make it pretty clear I'm not going anywhere when it comes to Warcraft. It's one of my favorite games. It's a franchise that I've been playing for roughly 16 years now, more than half my life. I've made so many great friends and literally grew up with this game. No matter what state it is in, I'll do what I can to talk or cover it. Even if I do quit someday, I don't think it'll be for very long. So, if you're worried about me moving away from World of Warcraft or Warcraft content, it's not going anywhere. I typically try to make things positives that I like, watch, or play. In this case, that remains true. Despite Shadowlands being probably one of the roughest expansions I've experienced recently, more than Warlords of Draenor in my opinion, but we'll leave that for debate at a later date. I prefer to linger on what I like rather than what I dislike. That being said, there's quite a few problems I do have with this expansion, but that'll be saved, again, for a later date. When it's done, I'll leave a pretty long retrospective review on it. I'm thinking it'll be probably a 3-parter maybe, or it'll be a really just long, chunky video of some kind, probably. There's a good balance for negativity and positivity, and neither should be forced. I'm not going to sit here and demand either side stop, and I think it's even necessary for there to be both a positive and negativity spectrum here or whatever. When I do feel like there's nothing good to say or do about WoW, that's when I usually play other games or something. But like again, if you have gripes with WoW, talk about them. If you have positivities with WoW, talk about them. Like that's kind of how I fall in. I fall in with, I'm going to talk about what I like about the game. If there's something I really don't like, I'll generally try to talk about it. Yeah, I could go on about my qualms of the game, and I kind of plan to in a way, but I don't feel like doing it most of the time, despite knowing the success that it usually brings. Seriously, you look at WoW, and if you talk negatively about WoW, it usually does really well on YouTube. But I ain't about that. It's not really something that I like doing, usually. I've tried doing it, and I fall off immediately. I do hope the next patch, next expansion, and really just the future of WoW gets better, because lately it definitely has felt pretty bad. Despite that, there's hope, though, that things will get better, and as an orcish hero once said,
"You cannot kill hope."
So one of the many staples of this channel are the Machinimas. In case you're new or unfamiliar, Machinimas are using the game to tell a form of story. I've been a big admirer of Machinimas since a very young age, inspired by Oxhorn, Nixium, Red vs. Blue, Mindflame, and so many others. Eventually, I even made my own Machinimas fairly recently, in the year of 2018 to the present day. Machinimas will remain a staple on this channel indefinitely. They might be a lot of work, but they're totally worth it in the end. They've allowed me to tell a variety of stories and meet with the amazingly talented people who I talk to on a regular basis. And they have become my friends, who just make my day every day, really. I love talking to them, I love discussing with them on what our plans are with Machinimas. It's really the highlight of my week, or my day, or whatever, so yeah. Now, I've not made a whole lot of Machinimas as of late, and some of that has to do with how long they take in terms of scripting and editing. Usually they're roughly around 2 to 3 months is how long it takes me, usually, because I like to make really long Machinimas for some reason. That in the state of the game hasn't done me many favors either, but I have major plans going forward with my Machinimas. For the past year or so, I've been working with my friends, Laurentium and Box, and making a Machinima series consisting of currently 7 episodes, called the series is called Journey into the Shadowlands. The scripts are all finished now, and it comes down to just getting the voice actors and then editing the visuals myself. Both Laurentium and Box have also offered to help me out, so it's not just me, thankfully. It's not usually, like with the Machinimas, I am a one-man band, so this time around at least I have some form of help. The story revolves around Bannerac, Box, Jackalope, Skull, and many others venturing into the Shadowlands to deal with enemies of the past and the present. You can actually find some of Box's own videos and his series over on his channel, of course, which I've helped out with writing them for the most part. You can go ahead and give him a holler. He deserves it. He puts a lot of work into his Machinimas just as much as I do, and I definitely think that he deserves to be recognized and get some good old views for it. If you're familiar enough with me and my Machinimas, you'll know that I love character development, stories, and a bit of humor here and there, so it will be heavily plot-focused. I've no idea when the first episode will be out, but I plan on working on it in the following release of this video. I'm very excited to get this out there for everyone. It's very much a passion project, it's a labor of love, and I plan to continue more in the future, so that means at some point when this Machinima series of 7 episodes is done, I'll make another one probably for the next expansion, and the next one, and the next one, until I'm finally drained and I don't want to do it anymore, or something. Machinimas are not going anywhere. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm saying it right now, though, with my focus shifting more and more with Machinimas, that means other videos may take a dive, so if you see less content from me, it's likely because I'm working on these Machinimas. That, or I'm just being lazy. I'm being a lazy ass, and I'm playing Halo or something on Twitch, so that's probably what I'm doing if I'm not working on Machinimas. Speaking of Halo and other content, I'm going content variety. Over the years, I've mainly stuck only with WoW or Warcraft content on the channel, and now, if you're somehow familiar from my very, very early days on this channel, there was a time I tried to go variety, but I wasn't pleased with any of it. So I stopped, and I'm very happy to announce now that those videos are going to be returning. Surprise, but I do actually like a lot of other things outside of WoW, and while I'll definitely be covering WoW till I'm old and gray probably, I would like to cover other things too. This will be a learning curve for me, as I'm actually not entirely sure how I'll be going about any of this. Some of the games I would like to cover or review are the Halo and Witcher games, which are some of my favorites, ranging from top 10s, going over the history of the characters and the world, and other things that I'm not entirely sure about doing just yet. I've actually been playing other games over on Twitch, like I said, whenever I felt like it, and I'll likely be giving myself a schedule maybe, once again. Back in the old days, I used to start around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'd like to do that again. It actually will probably help me a lot with my sleep schedule, as I'm been totally warped without having a need to wake up early. Yeah, I know, not a good look, but yeah, you can expect me to stream more often as well. I'm thinking along the lines of once or twice a week. We shall see. So yeah, follow me over on Twitch if you'd like. I've been playing Halo Infinite there. It's been on and off lately. I've been playing it one day and then taking a break the next. I really want to finish it, and I want to review it and talk about it. This will also open up other avenues to other games outside of Witcher, Halo, and of course Warcraft. One game that many of my friends have been asking me to play is the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which I think I'll be giving a look at rather soon, and maybe I'll even talk about it on the channel. We shall see. I don't know if I'm going to like it, I don't know if I'm going to hate it, so that's the main thing that I'm trying to figure out. There's also quite the large chance that I want to cover things outside of video games. I'm quite a large fan of anime and cartoons, so yeah, we'll see about doing that stuff. Not guaranteeing that, mostly video games for now, but yeah. Well, there's not much else to talk about, at least for now, but I do want to say a few things to each and every one of you. Like I said, this year has been a lot more downs than ups. I'll even admit I've not had the best headspace either. But it's you, the viewer, the patrons, who give me their money, and my friends, who range from all over the place in the world, that keep my head tall. Well, as tall as you can get when you're 4'10". But seriously, thank you guys so much for the past few years. I'm very excited to provide you all with more content in this next new year. We're so close to 3K subscribers, and while that might be a small number to others, it's very large to me. So again, many thanks to all of you as always. So feel free to comment, subscribe, and all that fun jazz down below. What things are you guys excited for from the channel? Let me know down below. You can join me on my awesome Discord community where we talk about all sorts of things, or you can support me on Patreon like these amazing folks here. But until next time, folks, I'll see you around, and